Hi, in this video I want to teach you how to knit. I know there's tons of videos in YouTube teaching how to knit. I'm going to show you the way I know. This is knit in there, and this is purl in the back. I'm going to teach you 3 ways of casting on, and my 3 easy way that I found the easiest for me. I want to teach you this because I'm making some pieces, knitting pieces, and just in case you are not familiar with knitting, you will see how easy it is to start. You're gonna do for my first casting on a slip knot, and I'm using a circular needle because my straight needle are too long for this teaching purpose. And you cast on your first one like that, and then you can grab your jar around your finger and you give it a twist like that, and you put it through the back here of the finger through the needle, and you remove your finger and you pull. That's an easy way to cast on. You grab it again, you give it a twist, pass it through there, and there you have it. You can continue casting on that way. This is my least favorite. It's the easiest, but my least favorite because when you start knitting, these start to get too loose. But it's an easy way for the beginners to learn how to knit, like that. My second favorite, I'm going to remove all these and leave the slip knot in my needle. I'm going to grab the other needle and I'm going to pass through like I'm going to knit, like that. I'm going to grab my yarn and I pass it through the top like that, like I'm going to do a knit stitch. I'm going to pull it out, but I'm going to leave it like that in the needle. This one in my right hand, I will give it a twist like that. You give a twist to your wrist and pass it through in between the yarn there and pull the left hand needle out or the right hand needle out and pull. Let me do it again. And I'm sorry I said the right hand, but it's the left hand. You have a needle in your left hand and the other one in the right hand. You pass it through here, the one you have in your left hand, grab your yarn, pass it through the top, pull it out, give it a twist to your left hand, and pass it in between the yarn that you have here in the right hand needle. And remove that one and pull, and you have 2 stitches cast on. Now, you don't want to continue doing like that. You're going to go in between those 2 stitches like that, and you're going to go past your yarn on top of the needle again, wrap around the yarn, pull it out, give it a twist to the right hand, left hand, like that, to the end again, and you're going to continue passing in between those 2 stitches like that. Pass it through. This one is really nice for a hat. When you're doing a hat, that way you have a really nice edge in the beginning of the hat. I'm going to show you, do a few more, that way I show you that little edge or trim, or I don't know what to call it. You're going to go again in between those 2, pass it through, pull it out, give it a twist to your left hand, pull that one out, pass it through like that, like this, give it a twist, pass it through that there, and like that. And if you look, you will have a very nice little trim going in there. Okay, that is the second way to cast on. My third way to cast on, this one is a little more difficult, just the first one at least. To know how many, you will know how many stitches you need to cast on when you're going to do a project. And then what you're going to do, leave a little piece of tail and grab your needle, and you're going to wrap around like that. That is to count how many stitches. Each time you wrap your needle, your yarn around the needle, will be 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches, or 5, 6, 7, and that's the length that you're going to give to the tail. Okay, I'm going to give you a few more and pull it out, and you will have that tail to work with. You're going to grab that tail and you're going to put it in between those 3 fingers there, wrap the yarn around your thumb, and the next finger and grab the yarn there, like that. You hold the two pieces like that. You're gonna grab your needle, you go through the back here, to the front of this one, touching your hand, your thumb, like that. You push it through, and you will have it like that, you see? Like that. And then you will give a twist to your wrist, and grab this one through the top, bring it out in between these two here. You will remove your thumb from the yarn, and with the thumb you will put open, and you have your first. I'm going to do it again. You go through the back and the front of this one like that. When you put it like that, it's like that straight, you'll see that it's already in front of this one. You just put it like that through the little hole there and twist. Now you give it a twist to your wrist and go on top of this one and bring it in between there. Remove your thumb and you have your first. Now you'll have the yarn like a V in your hand like that, and now you will go here again, touching your thumb. You go in between there and twist your hand and go on the top of this one and bring it in between back like that, in front of your thumb. Remove your thumb from there and pull, and you have your second. You see how easy it is? The first one is a little difficult, but the other ones are nice and easy. You have your V, pass it through here, and when you pass it through here and you give it a twist, you will see the other yarn already in between there. You see? And pull it through and out. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to explain. Like I said, I'm a beginner knitter, so bear with me. I'm making some pieces. I'm going to show you a little more, that way I teach you how to knit and purl, because you will need those stitches for the piece that I'm making. It's a 3/4 sleeve sweater or aran, and I hope you like it. And in the creating the video and how to make it. Okay, I'm gonna make a few more like that. Do one more, and now when you finish casting on, you will grab your tail and tie a little knot with your yarn. That way it's secure there and your first stitch don't go too loose, but don't tie it too hard because you don't want that stitch to be too tight, like that. And now to start netting, you're gonna grab your other needle, and sorry, this is a circular needle and this is really stiff. You pass it through the front like that. You grab your yarn, not the tail, the yarn that is in your bowl, and pass it through the top like that, and take her out and push that one out of the needle, and you have your first knitted. You knitted your first stitch. Do it again, pass it through the top like that, pull it out, and you have knit your second stitch. Yay! Now the third one, exactly the same. You're gonna do this all the way to the end. When you're knitting in one side, it look purl in the back, and when you purl in the other side, it will look knitted in the other side, like that. That is your first knit. I'm gonna continue to the end to teach you how to purl. This is knitting. It's very easy. Don't get intimidated about knitting because it's easy once you get it going. And if you make a mistake, don't think too hard. Just try to get it going again. Put your work on the side and come back again to your work, and like that. Be patient. That's what you need when you are doing some creating. A lot of patience. Like that. You finish knitting. You turn your work around. This got twisted here, and my needle. Okay. You see? I knit on the other side, and you have a row of purl in the back. Now we're gonna purl in the back, and it's like this. You grab your needle, you pass it now through the front. Remember, the knitting is you pass it through the back like that, and this one to the front, like that. You do a cross or an X like that in the front. You hold it there, and you grab your yarn, pass it through the back of that needle there, and like that, and you pull pull it through the back and remove that stitch from that needle, and you purl your first one. And you go like that again, hold it there if you like, pass it through. It's difficult because this try to push me the circular needle. Like that, you purl two. And like that you're going to continue until you finish to the end. And when you finish, you will come back to the next side and you will knit. Like this. Like I say, I'm a beginner knitter, but I like to teach you what I know. Like this. You will continue all the way to the end. Like that. Now I've done 2 rows of knit into the row of purl, because that is 1 and 2. And I bring it all the way around, and you'll have like that. It's very easy. Now I'm going to give another row of knit and 1 of purl, and I will go to teach you how to cast off from your work, remove your work from your needle. I'm going to do this knit, I'm making some knitted hat for babies, either for a boy or a girl, and some adult knitted hat. They're really easy to make. The only thing you need to know for making those hats is knit, purl, and count. As easy as that. And cast on and cast off. Like that. I knitted my other row. Now I'm going to change my work around, and I'm going to purl this row. Some pieces you can do purl, you know, purl in the front and purl in the back, or knit in the front and knit in the back, and you will have a different stitch to it. To do the elastic stitch is 1 knit, 1 purl, 1 knit, 1 purl, or 2 knit, 2 purl in a row. I don't know that much of the name of the stitches, so I know knit and purl. We're learning together here. Like that. Now to cast off, you have your work like that. Turn work around, and now you're gonna knit this first one, like you're gonna knit your work. Continue, knit it, push it out, knit the second one, like that. But now you're gonna grab this first one from this here, from this needle, and pass it through the top of the other one and take it out, and then you cast off your first one, or bind off again. I think they call it binding off. Okay, and now we're gonna do the next one. I lost that one. Let me grab it like this. I'm just trying to teach you, for those ones that don't know how to do it, and I want to learn to do my pieces. Like I say, I'm making a really nice 3/4 sleeve sweater, and I'm going to show you what I've done so far on my piece, and a baby hat that I did that I want to teach you how to do. Like that. I'm binding off. I hope you guys can see clear what I'm doing. I'm going to bring you all the way to the end, that way you know what to do with the last stitch that is left in the needle. getting my last one there and here. This one I'm gonna bring with my hand like that and like that. If you are sewing the piece that you're making with this yarn, you leave it long, but if you just cut in a little piece to sew it away, you just open here like that, open that one bigger, and between here you grab that one that is in the back, the tail, pass it through and pull, and voila, you have netted your first little piece. This is purl in the back like that and netted in the front. Let me show you quick. This is the baby hat that I made. You see, it's some longer, some shorter because I made it this way, and I made it in pink, but this is either for a boy or a girl. And then you fold it like this, and it's really nice. And you can make this design too for a man or a woman. I'm gonna teach how to make this easy to make knitted hat. The other piece that I'm working is this one. It's really difficult to see. This is the bottom around the waist, or the piece, or on the chest, you know, on the bottom there. These are the big sleeve, 3/4 sleeve, like that. And I'm working on the other side because I'm working sideways. And here on the top, I'm gonna make a big turtleneck with one purl, one net all the way around. And so is in the bottom for the waist, I will do exactly the same thing. Okay, I hope you like this little video that I made to teach you how to knit, and have a great day. Bye.